praise. Next, it's the time for the main message. Let's welcome President Lee Gi-sung with a big round of applause. Hello, everyone. Today, this 1637th Cheonshim Won Vigil Devotion who are participating here, welcome to you all. A while ago, the Cheonshim Choir has sang this Pilgrim Praise. Tomorrow, they will be the spiritual workshop, and the Moshim workshop trainees will be doing their graduation ceremony tomorrow. And during this 40-day period, they have received such a resurrection and revival. And being reborn, they will embark on a new journey today, centering the 1600 Cheonshim Won Vigil Devotion. Our President Foundation of the True Family, also the President Hori Masaichi of Heavenly Japan, and also President of Cheonshim Won of the Heavenly Japan is participating here, and so grateful for leaders joining in internationally. 18,999 places are gathered. 41,400 people are offering their devotion. In Heavenly Japan, Heavenly Korea, the Cheonwon Special District, those who are gathered here in the main court on site, 2017 Cheonshim Church, which part 58 Changwon Church, and Daegu. In that order, they are offering such devotion. In Heavenly Japan, the churches in Heavenly Japan, the Nagano Church, 55 of them are gathered together and offering their devotion. And Junyomya Church, 17 of them are gathered. In Hikone Church, 17. Morioka Church, 16. Kamikawa Church, 15. And in that order, they are making a venue where they could gather. They are gathering together in 14,000 families are connected through YouTube and offering such devotion. Internationally, the Heavenly USA, Cheonshim Won, Thailand, Cheonshim Won, Cameroon, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, San Francisco, and other various places are connected and while offering the devotion. Cheonwon Church, they're commemorating. Changwon Church is commemorating the 800th Vigil Devotion. Cheonwon Church is 777. I think it's Gyeonggi-do, Gwangju. They are commemorating the 700th Vigil Devotion and really building the Tower of Devotion. Yesterday, actually, I was not able to share, but Midori Church yesterday commemorated the 700th Vigil Devotion. Dangji Church commemorating the 666th Vigil Devotion. Incheon Church, the Incheon Grand Church, commemorating their 600th Vigil Devotion. 54 of them have gathered in their Vigil Devotion. And Heavenly Japan Miyazaki Church, commemorating 555th Vigil Devotion, they are building the Tower of Devotion. The churches in Heavenly Japan, even though the dissolution order was made, the Tower of the Devotion, I truly hope that you can build the tower higher and higher. If that tower becomes higher, heaven will work, and heaven will be the ones who will take the will. Truly hope that that will be the case. Today, in front of the detention center, there are people who are protected in front of the detention center. Marking the 338th day, the Kwanag, Daegu, Kure, and Ansan community members are offering such devotion, not relying on heaven's humans' ideas. I truly hope the heaven's truth will be revealed. The path of true mother has walked is the path for Heavenly Parent and the path for this people of this station. But all of the truly hope that all of her On April 31st, judgment of heaven will be shown. Truly hope and pray that she will see absolute exoneration and release. This 1637 Cheonshim Won Vigil devotion for the last 6 days, we will offer such even earnest devotion with a pure heart. And so absolutely, please work through us. This is a message sent by Grand Church leader Song In-young. Today in the training center, the trainings here in the training center is 1,942 of them are gathered here. There are 40-day general trainees, spirituality trainees, assembly trainees, 664 are gathered, and there are 166 coming from Yosu. The trainees from the Pure Water College, when we add them, we have 830 trainees in Heavenly Japan, Cheonshim Resonance Prayer 3-day workshop. 735 of them are gathered here. So adding all of the training, 1940명, we have 1,942 of them gathered. It's not even weekend, but this Heavenly Palace of the Cheonshim Won Palace is entirely filled. This is actually, I believe that this is the great works of heaven. When we live here on earth, you might think that it is the works of our own deeds. However, a while ago, Elder Kim Jin-ha has shared his dreams. He works at 6 a.m. in the morning, but this person, he will participate in the online vigil devotion in Jodan Church. However, because despite of his devotion, because he's not coming here to the main headquarters, the helicopter actually captured him and just dropped him here in the Heavenly Palace. That's how much is the spirit world is really working so hard for them to put you here. How Heavenly Parent and Father, Hyojin, Himmunjinim, and Semonim, all of the absolute good spirits is really working so hard so that at least one more people will come here where offer the devotion. You need to realize those things. True parents, thinking about Heavenly Parent will cause them to tear up because they realize and acknowledge their hard work. If all of our children, when we understand and recognize the hard work of our Heavenly Parent and true parents and how much work the absolute good spirits are offering, if we understand that if the standard of our faith will be completely changed, we will enter in a realm, a different realm completely. We are able to receive strength when people are gathered. It's so much different where 10 people are gathered in Cheonshim Won or 400 people are gathered in Cheonshim Won. And starting from 2023 July, we are gathered here at Cheonshim Won Palace, the Heavenly Palace. We are conducting this Cheonshim Vigil devotion. And in the future, there might be a day where we say this Heavenly Palace is too small. So at least every Friday, there should be a great festival where every church will be conducted a testimony festival to really draw the authority of heaven. When we offer such earnest Chanyang Yoksa, there will be a day in the World Peace Center, we will be able to enter into the era of heavily unified Korea. We should not be stagnant. True Mother's hope is that a single drop of water will flow into the river and become the ocean. That is our destination. That in itself is through the Cheonshim of the and those who become pure water. When we are able to see more pure water, we are able. That is the word that we need to go to the path of the ocean. Those works can happen when we absolutely become one and united. Those incredible works could happen. Since Heavenly Parent who is living and working is together with us in this great works. When we see only a few days left for the registration, 22,000 in Korea, 86,000 from Heavenly Japan, and last great works, 87 registered, 87,000 registered, but if they do a little bit more, they will be go over and set a new record. Even though there are trials, there is no failure. Through these trials, we become even stronger, and greater works can happen. Internationally, 26,000 gathered, registered. 136,000 approximately registered. I feel that more people should register. So that's the reason why I wanted to share the report about the great works through Director Chun Yu-sang. You listen well to the Hyojong report, right? Truly believe. The international members shared their Hyojong praise. They are singing and praising and dancing one Heavenly Parent. That this is the only place where all people from all of the nation can gather and praise Heavenly Parent. That's the reason why True Mother has told us to come here to this Gapyeong County, where we are building a day of peace, where we are one family under Heavenly Parent. And Choi trainee from Yongsong workshop gave such a testimony. Even though she was a Sunday school teacher, she had a doubt in her heart. Even if you do
아이들에게 생기를 불어넣어서 생명이 되게 하려면은 조금도 의심이 없는 절대 신앙으로 말씀을 전해야 가능해지는 것입니다. 그런 의문을 가지고 있었지만은 어머님 어려움을 당하면서
through the difficulties of True Mother, she thought that she should have stopped there, but she came here to spiritual workshop to receive answer. For those who have doubts or questions, you should have a heart that I need to go towards absolute faith. I truly hope that you'll find the opportunity to really have this absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience. Only through that heaven is open. Even she was doing so much in this spiritual workshop, she was thinking to herself, even though why am I investing so much money, why do I feel empty? She also had a thought to return home. After the vigil ended, she went to the Cheonshim Won and offered sincere prayers with tears. She received such amazing experience. She had an experience where someone was embracing her with such a warm embrace. When she realized and recognized that embrace, she could see herself crying even more and had a realization. Truly hope that all of you will be able to recognize the love of Heavenly Parent. If you don't recognize it, you can't be revived, or you are able to be revived only through the love of Heavenly Parent. Our parents has there are people who don't recognize the love of parent, even though they take care of you for 20 years and have the resentment towards their families. But after this realization, she realized in the past she didn't have such earnest heart toward Heavenly Parent and True Parent. That's the reason it was difficult for her. but she not made a resolve that she will continue her desperate life of prayer.
간절한 정성, 매일 축복나무에 올라가 기도하고
She will offer every day a prayer, tree of blessing, offer prayers in Cheonshim Won, do hundok and do calling out prayers. And during a vigilant prayer, she will write down all the notes and offer praise. Even after the visit ended, she will not sleep, but go to the Cheonshim Won and offer 43 bowing conditions. Because of such devotion, she had received amazing and great love of Heavenly Parent, and she had a resolve that she needs to share this love to the Seonghwa, and she says she will do her best in restoring the youth, because true parents and Heavenly Parent has risked their lives to love us. She said she will live risking her lives for the sake of Heavenly Parent, true parents. 최선희, I believe she will live her fullest. And the Pure Water College, after the workshop in Yosu, they joined with the Pure Water Assembly. I truly believe that they will embark on a new journey. And during this song, they actually shouted, they will make their dream, Heavenly Parents' dream, their dream. When they embark, I truly believe great works will happen when they will bring their friends in their college. You need this. In Sangmyeon Church, Pungmyeon Church, and Chojong Church, there are a lot of gays who are being witnessed to, and we're able to see a lot of guests and revival meeting in each church. That is because we have this conviction. Chojong Church, they also did this holy wine ceremony last time. They will now write their membership of the church, and they will embark on a new journey. We should not say that it is a difficult, but when we have absolute conviction and share to the world, they will receive it. There are no other who is greater than our true parents. There are no other who offers such greater devotion and invested for this station. There is no other who offered their invested so much for the world. Peace for the world. We need to share with absolute conviction. We should not be discouraged. Chiba Ayaka, the daughter of us, 500.
귀한 간증을 해 주셨습니다. 공직자 자녀로 열심히 수련받고 신앙을 했지만은 참 부모님이 나의 부모님이라고 하는데 정말 그럴까? 이 의문을 가지고 살았다고 했습니다. 축복을 받고 교복이 깨지는 어려움을 겪으면서 매일 울면서 지냈다고 했습니다. 다시는 축복을 받고 싶지 않다는 마음까지도 들었다고 했습니다. 근데 여기에 머무르지 않고 이 사람도 이대로는 안 된다는 생각을 가진 것이 아주 중요합니다. 이대로는 안 되겠다. 그래서 마침 수련원에 가보라는 권유를 따라 수련원에 와서 수련을 받고 제15차 영성 수련에 참여하면서 홀리마다한 특별 수련에 참여하면서 어머니의 심정에 다가가지 못하는 답답한 마음을 느꼈다고 그랬습니다. 홀리마다한 특별 수련을 받는데 왜 어머니의 심정에 다가가지 못하는가? 왜 눈물이 저절로 나지 않는가? 이럴 때 엄마가 일본에 납치 감금 당했을 때 당했던 간증을 보내오고 그걸 보면서 어머니가 어떻게 저런 신앙을 가질 수 있을까? 그걸 보면서 아주 무너져서 통곡을 하는 시간을 가졌다고 했습니다.
She said she heard about the testimony about the kidnapping of her mother. Thinking about the path of her mother, she reflected on the path of mother, how much more difficult that her mother's path was, where she was betrayed by those she trusted and her children being leaving. She then resonated deeply with the heart of her mother, and she repented, not knowing early on, and then joining as Spirituality Academy now, participating in the motion workshop. She shared her reflection that true parents, centering on true parents and 효전님, 흥진님, and 제모님, there is a commonality, is that they will think about how they will make Heavenly Parent glad, to really offer back the love and joy to Heavenly Parent. She made a resolution to offer her best in volunteering. I truly hope that there's two. Why don't we offer a big round of applause for our two pure waters, so that their dreams will be fulfilled and receive great blessings in the future. Today, the 2026 Pure Water trainees has sang the title song, Calling Us Still, where Father's hope is calling to us, and Mother's plea is calling to us. Truly believe, hope, and true Father's hope will be absolutely one with our pure water, and the earnest shout of our true Mother when we are able to unite with that heart. I believe the dream of the monarch Barnabas will be fulfilled. True Mother, thinking about and looking at the second, third, and third generation, she has absolute conviction, with confidence, proclaimed that Heavenly Parent's dream will be fulfilled. Our director Chon Yu-sung has given a report about this great works, about the importance of this great works. I believe that you already know the importance of it. This great works, it is great works. It is absolute battle of Satan and heaven. True Father has said that we need to show this gift so that we could give strength to our mother. That is how he's saying to us. Truly, let us offer such devotion and meet the standard that we could share to our true mother, that it was absolutely victorious. In Heavenly Korea, the Hyochang are doing their utmost best, the absolute investment and volunteer, doing their utmost best, and really meeting the standard of Heavenly Korea. Truly hope that all of those volunteers will be will manifest as a fruit of blessing in their family. 1641st vigil devotion will be done on Saturday, and those who did those who graduated Spiritual Academy Moship and Academy, it will be centering on those 1,000 spiritual worship graduates. Truly hope that you participated. It's gonna be a different program than the normal, usual vigil devotion. You will be able to see the devotion and prayer that we can move the heaven through such passionate youth. Today's words is a really important words. No trial can block the path true parents walk.
하늘 부모님 함께 하시기 때문에
It's because Heavenly Parent is together with it, and true parents
부모님과 완전히
have absolutely united with
절대
Heavenly
무시하는
Parent
신념으로
with absolute conviction that's not
나오시기 때문에 참
with
부모님
that kind of
가시는 길은
heart.
누구도
The path of our true parents,
없다는
nobody
것입니다.
can
아주 하늘의
block it.
뜻을 알고 심각한 삶을 살아오신 참 부모님이시다.
True parents who have lived a serious life, knowing the path of the heaven, walking the path of indemnity.
삶을
They lived
사셨다고
such
했습니다.
serious lives.
심판주로서
As a
계속
judge,
길을 걸어야 했으며
They needed to walk the path of individual perfection and needed to sacrifice for loving children, and other children was actually casted out in the wilderness. That was how the path of indemnity that they needed to walk for the liberation and freedom of Heavenly Parent, and upon the foundation to liberate the entire humanity as
여러분들 앞에 섰습니다. 돈, 권세, 명예, 부귀가 필요해서 온 사람이 아닙니다. 엄동설한 눈비를 맞고 끼니를
I'm not a person who came because I needed money, power, or prestige or wealth. It has been the life of a man who, enduring the harsh winter cold, rain, and snow, skipping meals and forgetting morning, evening, and night and day, has run over 80 years solely down a single path. Even in the torture chambers where flesh was torn and blood was vomited, my life has been that life of a filial son, loyal subject, saint, and holy person who did not pray to be saved, but instead shed tears of blood to comfort the heart of God, who sobbed as he witnessed the tragic plight of his children.
아주 그러니 본인의 생애는 세상의 그 어떤 고문이나 형벌도 본인의 하늘길을 좌절시키지는 못했습니다. 지금까지 6번에 걸친 감옥살이도
Even 6 imprisonments that thus far could not block the path of the true parents seeking after their children. It is the life of a man who has living, vowing, and swearing as he sat in a chilly prison cell and gazed at the raindrops falling from the eaves. Just as those water droplets will eventually pierce through rock, the hot tears falling from my eyes will surely melt the frozen, grievance-laden heart of God and bring the day of liberation and release. It has been a sacrificial course of teaching. This is the words. The path that your parents have walked is that kind of path. We who call ourselves the sons and daughters of our parents, true parents has said that you are my direct children to us. As a direct children, we need walk the path that nobody can block. Even the nation is blocking our path. Nobody can block our path with that absolute conviction. True parents have walked this path of this restoration. Has walked the path of restoration. Our responsibility is that our family, where we could walk the path of restoration, it will be all done. When we walk this path, we'll be able to have a national foundation and a world foundation. And for that purpose, our conviction should not be wavering. Whatever trials or whatever tribulations we may face, we should be able to testify that these trials and tribulations couldn't block the path of the heavily unified, heavily tribal messiahs. That the solution of the church should not be able to block the path. The path of the heavenly tribal messiahs of heavenly Japan should not be blocked by the dissolutioners. We should be able to testify in the words of our true Father. This is the word that true Father said that this trial was not able to block the path of our true parents. we should be able to testify to the world that even this family or our clan or our tribe or whatever authority of this nation is blocking. If we still have this conviction that we are able to continue this path, I believe the providence centering heavily Japan is the most important providence. So through this absolute devotion centering on this great words, I truly believe it is. We need to make a new wind of heaven through this registration, making a new record. Truly, let's make this night with such earnest prayers to make this miracle. You listened to the testimony today, right? After praying with such sincerity, after that, she went in the position to absolutely unite it with the heart of heaven. We need to reflect on our hearts and really assess if our heart is united with Heavenly Prayer or not. If we feel we're not united at this night, I truly hope you enter in that state of resonance. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving such grace-filled words so that we'll be able to resonate with Cheonshim. It's